Hey guys, Alanna and Matt here from Recfishwest. We've had a lot of questions around the new rock lobster rules that were introduced earlier this year. So we thought we'd answer some of those questions to get to the bottom of it and hopefully address some of those concerns. So Matt, can you tell me about the new rules that were introduced earlier this year, please?
Sure, Alanna. So earlier this year, the Minister made an announcement around a 12-month rock lobster season, and with that came some new rules that the potters need to know about. Basically, if you're fishing with a rock lobster pot and you've got more than 20 metres of rope attached, it's up to you to keep the top half of that rope vertical in the water column. What that does, it was brought about because of some concerns around whale entanglement, but it also provides benefit back to fishers by not getting as many ropes chopped off because they're no longer floating on the surface of the water.
Okay, so that means if I'm using less than 20 metres of rope that rule doesn't apply?
Yep, that's correct. So the rule only applies based on rope length, not necessarily depth that you're fishing in. So if you've got less than 20 metres of rope, the rule doesn't apply to you. However, if you're fishing in less than 20 metres of water but you've got more than 20 metres of rope, the rule still does apply. So it's important to remember the rule is applied based on rope length, not on depth that you're fishing.
Okay, so how are some ways that people can make sure that top half of the rope is vertical in the water column?
Yeah, so a couple of common ways. Probably the easiest way is to go out and buy some lead core rope, available at most tackle stores and cray pot supplies. What that will do is you run that on the top half of your pot line and your standard cray rope on the bottom half, and that will, because it's sinking rope, it will hang vertically in the water column. The other thing you can do is a lot of guys are rigging up a snapper lead with a shark clip on it, so you can clip that on halfway down your pot line and that will keep the top half vertical. We recommend at least 16 ounces of lead, if not a little bit more when it's windy, to keep the top half vertical. The third thing I've seen quite recently is this type of setup, which is basically a crimp-on lead weight. It'll be available in tackle stores as of today or tomorrow. You just slip that onto the rope, bang it down with a rubber mallet or a crimping tool, hang 3 of them off, and that's enough weight to keep your rope vertical. Great,
okay. So now it is the Whites Run coming up, so what can we expect to see?
Yeah, so the moon's only a couple of days away, so we can expect the crays to do their molt and march offshore a couple of days after the moon. We should see some good catches in less than kind of 25 metres of water depth. That's commonly where the wreck fishers will fish. Some of the keener guys will go out and chase them right out into the 40 and 50 metre depths, but more commonly the catches for the wreck sector are inshore. As I said, a couple of days after the moon through to about mid-December, we're going to see some really great catches.
Great. So is there any other rules that we need to consider about floats?
So maximum of 2 floats, that rule was brought in as well, along with the vertical pot line. You can still share pots like you've been able to do last year, so all other rules are basically the same.
Great, okay, well hopefully we've addressed some of your concerns, everyone. If you've got any other questions, please feel free to comment below and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.
Thanks guys.